Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first Birds vs. Boys mock draft, the BVB mock draft 1.0. You got Kmess here and Aidan, and we are going to go through the first 4 rounds of the NFL draft here on the PFF mock draft simulator. We have the Eagles and the Cowboys selected here. So what's going to happen is the mock draft will go. The computer will select for every other team, and it will stop on the Eagles picks. We will discuss. Aidan will make a pick. It will then stop on the Cowboys pick. We will do the same thing, and then I will make a pick. Aidan, are you excited? I'm excited.
Oh, I love this. Just, when it's fantasy football, I get so into the draft because it's my only chance to be a GM. Mm-hmm. So doing these mock drafts and drafting the players, when I was young, I don't know if you would do this. I might be a nerd. When I played Madden, I would do the fantasy draft, and I wouldn't even play the games. I would just draft the season because I wanted to construct the roster.
Yes.
So this is heaven for me to not only get to do this mock draft, but also have 3 first-round picks in the first round. So I've got a lot of options to choose from.
Let's do this. I'm excited. This will not be the only. This is the first. We're going to be doing a multitude of these. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Birds vs. Boys, on YouTube, as well as our Twitter. You can see all the clips that our producer Vince puts together, as well as we'll be putting together, like we did last year, player breakdowns for each position. You can catch those all on our YouTube channel, where you're probably watching this.
Yeah, so I think this one, we have an idea of who we want our team to get.
Yes.
I think we'll be every mock draft we do, it's going to be more in depth. Like right now, it's going to be like this guy jumped off the page from the last season. By the end of April, you're going to be getting on the 17th snap of the game against Baylor on October 26th. He did this, and that stuck out to me. So long way to go in this next month, but I think we have an idea of the guys that we want, and hopefully it falls to our favor starting right now.
And I would say as we go deeper towards the draft, these mock drafts are going to go not only from 4-round mock, but then into 5, 6, and a full 7-round mock.
Yeah, listen, when you have 3 first-round picks, I've been busy with all the Alabama and Georgia kids. I haven't had time to look at who we're taking from Western Michigan in the 6th round. Although Skye Moore, everybody loves Skye Moore.
I do love Skye Moore.
Maybe that could be foreshadowing for the 2nd round or even the 1st round. We'll see.
Our guy Jeff Cavanaugh was the first on Skye Moore, and he actually got him blown up. So
I was about to say, he's really been blowing up. He's been so I doubt he'll be there at the 2nd round for either of us. We'll see.
All right, let's start this draft, Aidan. Let's get this going.
Can I just point out that the Houston Texans, they had every position. They needed every position.
All right, let's roll up here. So Aidan Hutchinson goes first to Jacksonville. Kyle Hamilton, who you and I have been talking about, they say has been sliding maybe out of the teens. In this mock, goes number 2 overall to the Lions. Your guy, Kayvon, you were tanking for Kayvon, goes to those Houston Texans. Stingley still in the top 5 here, Aidan. Goes 4 to the Jets.
Depending on who you listen to, Kyle Hamilton and Derek Stingley are either going top 5 or they're going to fall into the teens. And I have no idea what is causing the huge variation.
So then we have back-to-back. Sauce Gardner then goes back-to-back cornerbacks.
Oof, I would not. So we are an NFC East podcast. Kevin likes the Cowboys. I like the Eagles. So neither of us would like to see Sauce Gardner on the Giants. I'll take that.
I would be miserable with this back-to-back Giants picks of Sauce Gardner and then Evan Neal at 7. No, thank you.
Yeah. But again, this is a computer, not the Giants.
Exactly.
The Giants screw this up. So that's too. It makes too much sense.
And then we see here, Cross, the tackle, goes to Seattle. Oh, Garrett Wilson to the Jets. That's a great pick to help that young quarterback out. Trent McDuffie, which I love that cornerback. Another cornerback I do not want to see in Washington. Ooh, Devin Lloyd. I think a guy that both of us love, right? Going to Minnesota. Correct. So he's off the board. George Karlaftis, which I believe both of our teams could use as well, the defensive end from Purdue, off the board to the Texans, as well as Jameson Williams going 1 pick before you, Aidan.
All right, so do this for me. Scroll up. Let's talk about the picks ahead of the Eagles and how, if it fell this way, how it might impact their decision-making. I think all 3 names you see there ahead of them are guys that they're interested in. As of today, they had an interview and a meeting with George Karlaftis, so we know they're interested. Devin Lloyd for a long time has been mocked to them for the obvious need of linebacker. And then Jameson Williams, we love Devonte Smith here. He worked out. I can see them going back to the well and drafting a wide receiver from Alabama. Just be an Alabama pipeline. You could see all three of those guys going to the Eagles, and all three of them go off the board right ahead of pick 15 in this mock draft.
All right, let's roll through. So these are best available right here. You can see their ranks, Aidan.
Okay.
I love Drake London. I think he could be one of the best receivers in this draft. So I'll roll through. Let me know if there's any names that jump off for you that you'd like me to click on to show more.
There's a few. So
Okay.
I'll just go through. Well, let's start with the top. Drake London, I understand the hype. I understand why people like him. I do not want a Pac-12 receiver anywhere near the franchise that is the Philadelphia Eagles ever again. He is on the do not draft ever board for the Eagles.
So we're taking him off. Drake London
Take
is a
him
no.
completely off. I'm sure I wish him nothing but a great, prosperous career somewhere.
All right.
Bernard
Tackle.
Raymond from Central Michigan. Tackle, is it your biggest need? You've got Jordan Mailata. Yes, Lane Johnson's getting older, but he's still productive when he's there. So let's get in to what we really are here for. Kevin, what is my rule?
Best player available.
Best player available from the best team.
Yep.
Georgia had one of the greatest defenses of all time. You take a kid from Georgia.
I see three of their names
There
right
are three right here. So let's just get it started. If they're here, we go 15, 16, and 19. If they're all here, I might take all three. So let's start here. I'm going with Jordan Davis. That is my first pick off the board at 15.
All right, Jordan Davis, the big boy right here, 6'6", 340 pounds. He is going to the Philadelphia Eagles, drafted and done. And wow, surprise, surprise, Aidan is still on the clock.
So let's talk about Jordan Davis before we go back to 16. Absolute tank. He's a freak in the middle. So is defensive line your most pressing need? No, probably not. But you just restructured Fletcher Cox's deal. You don't really expect him to be there long term anymore. Jordan Davis, I'm surprised, was still in the mock draft because I think he is an easy sell to a lot of fan bases even before 15. He flat out obliterates plays. He is going to be a physical mismatch. He was a physical mismatch for every team in the SEC, which is premier talent. He's going to be a physical mismatch for pretty much every offensive line in the NFL. I have seen the light with the Eagles Super Bowl team. It was built with the trenches, offensive line, defensive line. Continue to build that defensive line. You've got a good few pieces there. You got Milton Williams last year. Pair him with Jordan Davis going forward. I love the prospect of Jordan Davis just obliterating offensive lines for the Eagles.
All right, 16, where are you going?
Best players on the best team. Georgia had the best defense that we probably have ever seen.
Don't do it. Don't do
Ed
it.
Reed's Miami team.
He's not big
All
enough.
right.
Don't do it. You can't draft him here. He's not big enough.
Listen, I'll just say this. I'm in charge now. The person who actually is in charge doesn't value the linebacker position. I think this kid is so good that they might break the streak. I think this is the year that the Eagles go linebacker in the first round. Give me Nakobe Dean.
Oh, you're killing me. 6 foot, 225, an absolute freak of an athlete being drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles.
So here's the thing with Nakobe. We saw the value of Micah Parsons right away with the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is Nakobe Dean Micah Parsons? No, I honestly don't think. We talked about this last year. Micah was one of our favorite prospects of all time.
Yes.
But the speed and athleticism at the linebacker position has been sorely missing for the Eagles for quite some time in a league where you need sideline to sideline speed as the game turns into more of a 7-on-7.
Yep.
It used to be a running league. Then it was a West Coast offense league. Now it's a spread you out and just throw the ball around league. You need athletes to keep up with that. The tight ends are more athletic. You have to be able to cover the running backs out of the backfield. Oh, and also when you're not doing that, you have to be able to blitz these mobile quarterbacks. Nakobe Dean is one of the best athletes on defense in the draft. Don't just look at the linebacker position. Think about his value in terms overall of what he can help with and what this team is lacking.
Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. All right, right after you, Drake London goes to the Chargers, which I would absolutely love. Keep him out on the West Coast. I think he'd be a great addition for Justin Herbert. And then Malik Willis, quarterback, going to the Saints. And now, Aidan, you are back on the clock.
That is the Malik Willis one's very interesting. All right, let's do a little bit of scrolling. Let's see what we got left. I know I was hyping the Georgia kids up. So, here's a few. Oh man, this one's gonna be tough. I have a few that I like. All right, I'm between two. Can you guess the two?
I'm going to go with Tyler Linderbaum and Chris Olave.
Yes on the one. So I am between Tyler Linderbaum and Jermain Johnson out of Florida State.
Okay.
If it were me, I think I'd go Linderbaum. His comp is Jason Kelce. So it just makes sense that he takes over for Kelce within a year. I would really like that. I think the Eagles team itself would go Jermain Johnson. So I'm really torn here. I think I'm going to go. Oh man, he looks cool. Jermain Johnson looks cool.
And you and Vince were saying earlier in this year, Eagles need some more cool guys.
We need more cool guys. Oof, this is tough. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go Jermain Johnson.
Okay. I think that's a great pick. I hate it because I would love if he lasted 5 more picks to Dallas because we talked about Dallas is now in the market for a pass rusher, but off the board at 19 to the Philadelphia Eagles. So let's see, before I come off the board here, Linderbaum goes next to the Steelers, kills me. Chris Olave, Penning. I just lost my center, a possible wide receiver, and 2 tackles right off the board. Killing me. All right. So Cowboys on the clock at 24, kind of been depleted here. But let's see here. Right here, best players from the best school. Wyatt was actually the better interior defensive player than Jordan Davis was. So
hilarious that they were on the same line.
Absolutely unbelievable. Dallas needs help up the middle. They obviously drafted Osa Odighizuwa last year. They have Neville Gallimore, but I don't know if those guys are enough. They need help on the interior of the defensive line. I think it's too early to take Ogba coming off the Achilles tear, I think, at 24. He's ranked 24th overall. I think he's going to be a great player. I just don't know if I'm ready. Kind of like I'm Jalen Smith, but hurt still.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. As someone whose team took Sidney Jones, like I think David Ojabo, if you took him for one of those 3 picks before he got hurt, I think you can convince the fan base. If you did it now, I think it'd be a tough sell. It sucks. I genuinely feel bad for him.
All right. Booth, we said, got hurt. Cowboys do not value the safety position. I do love the corners here, but I don't think they're going to take corner first round. Treylon Burks is an absolute option here, the wide receiver out of Arkansas. Not only did Jerry Jones go to Arkansas, he has a 30-visit workout with the Cowboys. He will be coming to Dallas. I think he would be a great addition to this offense to help out Dak Prescott. But, Aidan, what have I been saying for a long time lately, the last couple of years?
This is not 2016. This is not the offensive line from 2016.
You can put as many wide receivers out there as you want. If Dak Prescott doesn't have the time, if you can't run the ball, you're not going to be able to score points. Zion Johnson is a freak. 6'3", 316. He's a Boston College kid. He's a smart kid. He's going to play hard. He's physical. He took a huge leap, as you can see right here, in 2021. He only allowed 6 pressures. We need another guard. We let our guard go. I'm taking Zion Johnson at 24.
Nice.
I'm going offensive line.
I think your fan base would be content. Isn't that the right word? Like,
yes.
Like it's not Linderbaum, who everybody likes, but they'd be content.
I think they would be as well. So let's just look real quick. So Booth goes next. Burks goes, of course, he goes to the Buccaneers. Of course, the Chiefs get him.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Kenyon Green, who would have been a possible option. This is a great pick for the Bengals.
I actually was thinking about him.
Kenny Pickett goes to the Lions, last pick of the first round. Jahan Dotson, Sam Howell goes to the Lions. Ritter goes to the Texans.
Oh, I just saw my pick go off the board.
Who was it?
Jaquan Brisker at pick 39 to the Bears. Yep. That would sting a lot.
That does. Matt Corral is off the board. Skye Moore, there he is, goes to Atlanta. George Pickens, another Georgia receiver, off the board. Here we go. Kenneth Walker, running back, Joe's favorite guy. The edge from Texas A&M, and the Eagles are on the clock at 51.
Wow. So I really wanted one of those two Penn State kids, Arnold and then Jaquan Brisker. I think Brisker has huge potential in the NFL. I think he is a phenomenal, just cover all the ground that you need. Match up with tight ends, really physical kid, really athletic kid. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. What do we have best available? Let's draft a player. I don't think we're going to trade. Oh, and I wanted to say this at the beginning. I don't believe that the Eagles will use all 3 first-round picks. I think we are going to be in the sweepstakes next year for Bryce Young. So I think we might trade one of those picks. But for the sake of this, I wanted to do all 3. It's more fun that way. Just to put all 3 on the board. All right, so let's see what we got. Let's do some scrolling. Let's see. Wow. Not having Brisker really hurts because I don't see a lot of guys that I like here.
That you love.
No, not really. All right. Yeah, this backfired on me in a heartbeat.
And we're here.
Yeah, we're really getting down there. It's only round 2, and I'm already like, I don't know.
Oh, you already have 3 picks.
Yeah, I was about to say. So what did we improve on? We improved the defensive line. We improved the linebacker. So let's think about what we got. Let's do some scrolling again. I think I saw a name there that I like. Let's see here. We can't draft. All right, let's see here. So here's a few names that I do like. Let's stop it here. I like the tackle from Kentucky. But again, is that a position of need? It kind of depends on how they value him. So I don't know. Brandon Smith, I think I'd like him as a linebacker from Penn State. So Darian Kinnard, the tackle from Kentucky, like him. Brandon Smith, but you already went linebacker, so do you do it again? I don't think so. So I think what we're going to do here, I'm going to take the chance on Justyn Ross from Clemson. I think that's what we might do. We need the guy opposite Devonte Smith. I might take my chance on Justyn Ross.
There it is. Justyn Ross, playmaker, coming to Philadelphia. All righty. Did my guys go? Yes. My linebacker went. My edge went. My corner went. Bang, bang, bang. Just like that.
Happens every time.
All right. Let's see what we got here. So I went offensive line in the first. Cowboys need a linebacker, need edge, like we said.
Got a few.
Need tackles, need an edge, need a linebacker, wide receiver. This is tight end number 1 here. I think he's a freak. Trey McBride. Yeah. I think it's too soon for Dallas to take a tight end, especially after that they just kept their tight end. So I'm going to go. I don't love taking defensive players from Oklahoma.
No.
At all. No. He's a good linebacker, but they scare me. So I'm going to go.
Got tough in a heartbeat, didn't it?
Got real tough. I'm going to go Kingsley. He's a good edge. Dallas needs help on the edge.
At least one pressure in every single game in the last
Yep.
2 seasons.
I'm in.
I'll sign up for that. A little bit of consistency.
3 forced fumbles, 5 QB hits in one game. Yeah. Give me the edge. We need it. We're in.
I'm going to regret Jaquan Brisker being off the board for the rest of my life in this mock draft.
All right, my friend, 83. You are on the board, round 3.
All right, let's recap because there's a little bit of space between what we just did. I think we got to finish out round 2 and see some of the names that are on there. All right.
Kirby Joseph, he's gone.
Quay Walker from Georgia. Darian Kinnard just went right after we talked about him. Cameron Thomas. All right.
Christian Watson, him going to Green Bay, that'd be a great pick. He's a great receiver coming out of North Dakota State.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's see what we got. The rest, let's fill this out. Brandon Smith, we talk pick 67. Wow, the Giants are having a great draft. That's what you got to remember. Just the mock draft. We haven't seen, A+ drafts from the Giants recently, but they've got a new GM this year, so we'll see. Alec Pierce, I really liked from Cincinnati. Yep. I watch a lot of AAC football because I'm a sicko. Him to the Colts just feels like it makes sense.
Yep.
It's a big body white receiver. Just feels like he'll fit right in Indianapolis.
This upsets me here. I could have, but I already, got my guard, but loved him. All right. Marcus Jones, corner right off the board right before you. So
that kind of sucks.
Carson Strong sitting here.
Ooh.
Another Carson.
Yeah. So I actually see my pick right away. And this might be a controversial one, but I'll get into it here in a second. So I'll just come out flat out and say it. Damien Pierce, the running back from Florida.
Look at you.
I hate that I'm like the skill position guy. Oh, just draft the skill positions. But, I want all defense in the first round. So,
All right. You're taking a halfback.
I am.
Let's go.
So here's the thing. Do not re-sign your running back off of his rookie deal. There is no point in spending money on running backs when you can find guys in the middle rounds who can contribute.
Yep.
Miles Sanders has 1 year left, and then they will have to re-sign him. Don't do it. Just get Damien Pierce. You drafted Kenny Gainwell in the late rounds last year, made an immediate impact as a pass catcher. He's a good RB2. He'll never be an RB1. But pair him with Damien Pierce, I think you'll be very well off. This kid runs violently.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen some of his runs?
Oh, yes.
It takes a lot to bring him down. This could be like a thunder and lightning kind of thing where he's a violent runner. Gainwell is just a burst of speed. He's that lightning. He's that flash. Boston Scott, you only have him for this year. Miles Sanders, you only have him for this year under contract for both of them. The future is Damien Pierce and Kenny Gainwell.
He will get a lot of angry runs recognition on Good Morning Football next year.
Oh, yeah. This kid, I love watching him run.
All right. You got your halfback. Did my son of a bitch. Mitchie goes 2 picks before. This mock has just been
not kind to you.
I've been getting beaten up. I really have been.
Yeah. Well, once we've been just doing it straight just to keep it easy. Next time we might have to, work in some trade ups and trade downs to help you out. What about Bailey Zappi, quarterback from Western Kentucky?
Let's go. Well,
I don't know if you've seen, but they run one of those offenses where he throws for like 600 yards.
Yes, he does.
And he just throws it 60 times.
All right. So, Aidan, what do I say?
The Cowboys' offensive line is not the same offensive line from 2016.
Took a guard. Tyron Smith's getting older. Terrence Steele is now the starting right tackle. What is fully Terrence Steele? We don't fully know. Allowed multiple pressures only once. Highest graded Power 5 tackle in the country this past season.
Wow. That's great value.
I am taking the tackle. Big board ranked 72. He's 6'7", 300 pounds. He's ranked 72. I'm getting him at 88. I'm getting great value here, and I'm adding to a unit that needs a lot of help. And if I can get him in the 3rd round here, and he can be a plug-and-play guy this year, or be the left tackle of the future for the Dallas Cowboys, I'm in.
Nice. I think that was really good value for you.
Absolutely. We got a lot of picks coming here before
I know, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, I just saw my pick go off.
Who'd you lose?
Kobe Bryant, the cornerback from Cincinnati. Everybody loved Sauce Gardner, as they should, but this was a very incredible tandem, and it's been that way for years. Kobe Bryant is more of the ball hawk of the two.
He is.
And you know what the situation was? So they would never throw at Sauce Gardner for obvious reasons. He was just so locked down. So they had to throw it at Kobe Bryant a lot, and it resulted in a lot of receptions. So this kid, I don't want to say got picked on because they weren't picking on him. They just had no other options. They had to throw it to somebody, and they couldn't throw it at Sauce Gardner's direction. So I know people were concerned about his speed, but late in these rounds, I'm quite okay with it.
So where did he go?
He was
there. He is. Oh, that is a quintessential Baltimore pick.
Oh yeah. Oh man. That's rough.
All right, my friend. 124. You are on the clock. Bailey Zappe's still sitting there.
Yeah, listen. We'd have the most interesting quarterback room. I'll give you that. Let's see. Oh, if I would have known Kyren Williams was still there, I don't know if I would have taken Damien Pierce in the third round. But I really like Damien Pierce. All right. Let's see what we got here. A lot of halfbacks here.
Yeah, there are a ton of halfbacks.
Yeah, this is where you should be drafting them, though.
Yes. What position are you looking for here?
So I think you got to – what the Eagles like to do is bolster offensive line depth.
Mm-hmm.
So they like guys who can play multiple positions. They are
position flex.
Position flex. Yeah, you can play both guards. You can play guard and center, stuff like that. But I think the safe thing, what you got to do here is pull up the center from Arizona State for me. Here we go.
Devon West.
Here we go. So, flexibility, dependability.
6'4", 300.
6'4", 300. It is very evident what is going to happen. Jason Kelce, who we love, is at the end of the road. As you can see here, average draft position, his rank is 82. We're here at 124 on the clock.
Great value.
It looks like he's a multi-position guy. You've got Landon Dickerson, who you took. If he's good enough at guard, you can play this kid at center. That way you don't have to make the flip. I think Dohnavan West could be the pick here.
You going for it?
I'm going for it.
Turn the card in. Dohnavan West, center, position flex, coming to the Eagles. All right, my last pick of, let's see, we'll go in here. My last pick of the draft so far here. All right, I'm at 129. I've addressed edge. I've addressed offensive line. Let's see what we need here. Tight end could be a possibility. I'm not taking another tackle. I'm not taking a cornerback. I definitely could go corner here. Don't know much about this kid, do you? Cordell Flott?
I really don't.
No. He's an LSU guy, which I like SEC guys. Not going tackle, not going guard. I might just go Kyren Williams here, just to go Kyren Williams here.
Well, you got to think they can get out of the Ezekiel Elliott contract in 1 year.
Yes, they can. And Tony Pollard's a free agent after this year.
I think this is like a middle round, not a bad backup plan.
He is. I mean, I've watched every snap that he's played, obviously being a Notre Dame fan. He can break tackles. He may not be a burner, but he's a gamer. And he can catch the ball out of the backfield, and he gets yards on every single play. So you know what? Screw it. I'm going Kyren Williams here in the fourth.
I like that a lot. Like I said, if I would have known he was still on the board, I don't know if I would have taken Damien Pierce, but kind of.
All right, let's get our draft grades, Aidan. We'll get grades here. Oh, nope.
Never mind. All right.
There we go. All right, Cowboys. I got a B-, an A, a B+, and a B- here. So I got a B+ overall.
Before you go to mine, you know what's hilarious is we thought like the opposite. We were like,
yep.
We were like, all right, Zion Johnson. I could see him being a B-. We were like, all right, that's dependable. Kellen Diesch, we kind of liked him the most.
Yep, B+.
And Kyren Williams, we were like, oh, that's great value at 129. B-. And that was they gave you a B- for that one. So it was kind of funny the grades that they gave you.
Gotta love it.
What we thought. But overall, I thought great value for all four picks.
And I think I'm getting the B- here because he was ranked 32 on the big board. I took him at 24. But everybody else, I mean, this is great value. I mean, this is great value. And this is,
Mhm.
I don't know what just happened there. This is decent value. So kind of right on par. So, all right, let's go to you.
I got a D+ for. I knew the Justyn Ross one was going to screw me.
D+, a C+.
See, yeah, I feel like they think I reached too early, which is totally fine.
This is
and
great.
I got an A for Dohnavan West. You know what's hilarious? If you flip Dohnavan West and Damien Pierce in this draft, which you probably could have done, you're looking at that and it would be a higher grade.
Yes, this would probably be an A- or a B+ here.
Yeah, without a doubt. So the one that I knew would get me is Justyn Ross. I didn't want to come out of the draft without another wide receiver. Now this is a contingent. If they trade for Devonte Parker, I'm not even looking at Justyn Ross. I think the problem with Ross is the Clemson offense was so anemic last year. It's hard to be high on any of their skill position players after watching that because it was bad. But this is kind of like a high ceiling kind of play. He was a good, one-on-one, athletic, had some big moments, made some big plays, but you didn't see it this past year when he was supposed to take that next step. Feels like if he came out a year earlier, he'd have been better off. So I can see why that one's the D+, but I'm okay with all the other ones.
Yeah. Hey, so you come away with a B. I come away with a B+. I come away with 4 players. You come away with 108 players.
Listen, stock them up, baby.
Let's see. This is the first round, too. We'll just look through it again. I mean, Giants, Sauce, Evan Neal. I mean, no thank you.
And then they got Donovan Smith later, who we liked.
Yeah, no thank you. And Tyler Linderbaum going to the Steelers just seems like such a Steelers pick. And getting him at 20 is huge.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I mean, that's mock draft 1.0 right there.
Many more to come. Like I said, this is the draft where we've watched all the players, but
there'll be more.
We sold on all the players. I don't know. Our opinions can change. A lot more research, a lot more YouTube film to come.
Yes.
But I think that was a solid start. Get our feet wet a little bit.
There it is. Let us know in the comments here on YouTube if you liked Aidan's draft, if you liked mine, if you hated it. You probably hated it because you're watching on YouTube and you're going to comment. So you're like, your draft sucks. But we're here for it. Give us the comments. Let us know what you think.
Don't say why. Don't say it sucks. Tell us why it sucks. Tell you who would you have taken instead. You're in charge now.
Show your work.
Show your work, just like math class. This was. I explained this on the podcast. Listen to that as well. This was getting the Olive Garden breadsticks on the table.
Yes.
This was just the start of it. Got a long way to go until draft season. We got about a month out. Should be a lot of fun. A lot more prospect breakdowns to come.
All right. Birds vs. Boys mock draft 1.0. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Birds vs. Boys.